Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Warhammer 40K Battlesectors. Now, I have an admission to make. I've tried to record this episode several times, at least 3 times, and either the game has crashed or I just had issues with the recording and it's just not turned out to the quality that I want. But yeah, like this, there's something cursed about this particular mission. I do not know what it is. So let's dive in, Sally. So if you see me going through this quite quickly, it's because I've done it a lot of times recently, and it can get a bit tiring. So let's do this. We're going to take out one of the angel units. We're saying a guard go out. We'll grab a dreadnought for extra armor.
Not even death will stop me.
Very nice. With that done, we'll go to our unit upgrades. Now, my plan is to buff our...
The sanguinary priesthood serves the will of the
We're basically buffing our units that need to get in close with extra armor from range attacks, which is very nice. We are going to improve our tech marine because I want to basically go down this tree.
Yet to meet a Xenos my axe couldn't bisect.
This one I don't really care that much about to start off with, but I want to get the multi-melter, which is really powerful against armor. And we're starting to run into a lot more armored beasts. And down here, I will grab only in depth because I want to get the melter gun for our dreadnoughts, which is really nice against armor as well.
There is only service to the Emperor.
So that's all done. Good. Now my plan, like I said, because I've tried to do this recording before, I have a very good plan of how to go into this mission. It's now very dependent on RNG. I'm not a fan of this mission, I'm not going to lie. I feel that the opening of the mission is really heavily skewed against the player if the RNG rolls poorly for them. Because of just, well, you see when you go in, but I'm not a fan of this mission.
On this hallowed ground, every one of us fought with tooth and bloody nail for the chance to become angels. When I first walked beneath these statues, I had not yet taken the great angel's blood. I did not foresee to do so again would be from within my own sarcophagus. Confronted with the measureless and the inexhaustible, I am left with only half answers. I pull Lieutenant Carleon from his musings of guilt and tell him that synaptic aberrations resonate from this place. I do not lie. But I do not tell him the static is secondary to why I bring him here. A whisper reaches out to me from beyond the heaven wall. With nothing else known, how am I to know whose voice it is I follow? I heed the commands of the lieutenant, the rank resurrected and as bright as his pauldron gifted from the armory. But his is not the question that guides me here. There is no answer. I can only follow the voice north, follow it to this place of challenge, and pray for an answer to my eternal vigil.
The place of challenge is a hallowed testing ground for the chapter's aspirants. Those who survive the combat trials and meet the high expectations of the appraisers are inducted into the neophyte ranks with the noble blood angels. The rank of lieutenant has been restored following Private Gilman's update to the Code of Astartes. Carleon is one of the first blood angels to hold the newly reinstated rank.
These statues bring back memories I thought had long faded. They're nothing more than obsolete detritus to these Primaris, I expect.
I see no sign of the Xenos. You are sure the warp aberrations came from here, Brother Quinder?
Yes, Lieutenant. I cannot account for their absence. Perhaps there is a temporal element I have not accounted for.
You mean you were seeing into the past?
No, Tech Marine. There is no need for that particular concern. Prepare yourselves. The Tyranids know now that we are here.
Excellent green fire! Defensive formation, now!
Okay. Let's do this mission. Like I said, I'm not a fan of this mission. I think it's... I just don't like it. It has a lot of things in it that I particularly dislike. Not like the fighting wise, don't get me wrong. I have no issue with like how many units and stuff get sent against us. But it's more along the lines of just how there's some parts of this game that I don't like. I dislike how in a lot of the missions that the enemy AI, rather than it being like a dice roll, like I'd rather you just flip a coin to see who goes first, like you used to do it in the actual tabletop, rather than it being left up to basically the mission. Because this mission is particularly brutal, and it's really heavily based on RNG what happens, which I'm not happy with. I don't like that. But that's just me. So let's do something like this and see what happens. Here we go. Ton of Tyranids. Big old guy turns up. That's not nice, but we should be able to deal with that.
Under fire!
Okie dokie.
Receiving fire!
I hear something.
This is the thing I dislike, these guys. Because as you can see, they are basically mobile artillery pieces. They do a ton of damage.
I have faced better.
And as you can see, they pretty much can wipe out a single... They can pretty much like wipe out a single unit in one round of shooting. So it's one of those things where if the RNG is really bad, they literally just decimate a whole unit
is strong. Do not falter.
in a single turn. And I've got nothing I can do about it because of how the scenario basically has played out. Like, I don't mind hard fights. That's not something I take issue with. But what I really do take issue with is when the game goes, oh yeah, okay, we're going to throw tactics and strategy out the window, and you're going to lose one of your best units at the beginning of the game purely just based on RNG. Like, nothing else. There's nothing else that can govern it or anything else. It's purely on RNG. And I don't like that. That is personally something that I actually find rather not just old-fashioned, but also offensive. Because I want to play strategy, I want to play tactics, and in a game like this where it's like, oh yeah, like you can have these things, don't worry. But at the same time, we're going to literally just give the enemy an artillery unit where they can like slaughter one of the elite units of the game with a single shot. Oh, and they're going to be able to fire it 3 times. They're 3 times at the beginning of the round. You can't do anything about it, but you'll have fun, right? I don't know. I just dislike it when games do that.
Only in death will my duty be completed.
Because it takes away all the spirits of the gameplay when I can lose a very heavily veteran unit at the beginning of the game for no fault of my own, purely because of RNG.
To turn their blades.
I really don't like it.
Grace through discipline.
Because this thing has an optimum range of 7. This guy here. It is obscenely nasty.
I must resist.
So we're going to take a punch.
Is that
How can you miss? I can't. The thing is, I can't move these guys because they're so badly injured now that if I move them and this thing shoots at them again, they will literally just keel over dead.
We are the walls. We are the guns.
I am the sword of Sanguinius.
Sanguinius, watch over us.
Right. Move up here.
Imperium. Target acquired.
Yeah, like we've done not nearly enough damage, which is really bad.
Need a scout?
I'm actually really frustrated. I don't like this mission personally. I find it actually very unpleasant. Purely to do with the fact that the RNG in this game, in this battle, is just horrible. It's really biased against the player, and this game is quite challenging, so having the RNG deliberately set against you is just, in my opinion, not something the developers should have done. They should have, to be honest, they should have done a better job with this mission. Because it feels really...
Bring me your broken and your outworn, and I will
really just sort of like, oh yeah, okay. We have to have this mission where we introduce this new unit. We better make it challenging, though. So we're going to do this. And
My fury will be fast.
And I don't know. I just dislike it. There's not a lot about this game I dislike, because I'm a big fan of 40K. But and Warhammer in general. But this does rankle me somewhat. That this was permitted to actually take place. Like, this mission design was permitted to actually be allowed and not tweaked in such a way that you couldn't completely decimate the player's army in a single turn through RNG. Because that's what does happen. And it's not fun, because I want a challenge. I want to be basically, okay, yeah, it's a hard fight, but I know what I can do to basically, like, these are the tactics I've got, these are this, these are that. But the game's like, nope. You're not going to have that. We're going to basically...
Your will be done.
We're going to basically do this. You better like it that we're going to be doing this. I find it unfair. And I know I'm going on about it, but it's a real pet peeve of mine that when the games are challenging and then they have like really broken RNG, because it stops being fun and being tactical and just becomes purely sort of, okay, like, what can I do to basically mitigate the RNG? Because you're then not playing tactically or strategically, you're just trying to beat the RNG.
With certainty.
Taking fire!
Right here. Okay, so that thing's still up.
Under fire!
Okay. Now, which one of these will suit? This is the thing I dislike. The sheer sort of RNG of this unit. Personally, if they were wanting to introduce this unit, I would have said, okay, maybe have one or two, have them come in though, like not straight away, because as it stands right now, it's just
The blood of Sanguinius flows in my veins.
it's not fun.
We are just and righteous before
Which
the eyes
is
of
which
the
is something I'm
Emperor.
really sad about, because they're a really cool unit and I want to say, okay, let's show off this really cool unit, and the game is like, yeah, well, good luck.
Death to all who oppose me.
Are you kidding me? 1 HP. Okay, fine. 1 HP isn't great.
Tech Marine, standing by.
There you go, single shot.
My will never tires.
That's fine, because we're going to do this. Move him up. We are starting to go to town. Okay, he's starting to take a bit of damage, but you have to be careful.
We are the walls. We are the guns.
You're getting chomped up.
Grav ready.
I'm going to be worried about that thing getting within too much priority range. Because they have a lot of armor. Armor of 8, so a lot of our guns won't do a lot against them. But we can pull our land speeders over here to help deal with these warriors that have turned up. I will also say I don't remember them being that tough. The warriors at any rate. Okay.
Sanguinius, watch over us.
Sanguinary Guard do need to move though.
Light the fires of angel wings.
Because this thing needs to die. Because the more we kill, are you telling me that it can't
Vigilance
move?
is eternal.
Fine. Plasma pistols it is.
Devastation, brothers.
Of course we're going to be one off.
I am ready to help.
So why wouldn't we be? Okay. Those are still up.
We are the sons of Sanguinius.
Move up. Finish those warriors off, please. Okay. You're in no state to fight any of these guys. I will say, though, that you can
We stand strong.
use up all your momentum and slice these guys. That's fine enough for me.
Ready for recon. Firing on the enemy.
We won't do a ton of damage against it, but but you do enough and hopefully attract some of its fire towards you. The tech priest needs to move up to here. Who do we have left outstanding?
Always ready, always vigilant.
Right. You're going to move up here, away from the one that's down there. We're trying to keep out of its maximum out of its preferred range. Right. Wipe those guys out. Everybody else is taking their turn.
Reinforcements! Like all our brothers of the Assault Doctrine, your timing is impeccable.
Look at those jump packs. Seems Call brought your replacement with him as well, regardless of your new pauldron.
So we have some more new units joining us. Fantastic.
I hear them out there.
More targets are coming.
Okay. It's doing an overcharged ability, so we should probably try and kill it. It missed.
There can only be victory.
Okay, so what exactly has it done to itself? Okay, so it's basically... Yeah, so it's weak for physical damage. Okay, that's fine with me.
With grace.
Yet to meet a Xenos my axe couldn't bisect.
Heal that, please. Armor him up. Move here. We'll use him as a last resort. Okay. You can. This game is strange sometimes, I'm not going to lie.
Stands with you.
Okay. First things first.
Plasma fire support ready.
Would you please shoot, do some damage to it? That's fine. Okay. I'm going to sub you here to shoot plasma at it. I must say I'm underwhelmed by the plasma units. Because plasma is supposed to be like super dangerous in this game.
There will be poetry.
You should be able to kill it with melee attacks. There we go. 2 out of 3 of you guys are dead. Fantastic. With that said and done, there's only one left, which is down here that we will need to basically reform to go after.
Awaiting orders.
I also want to try and join up with our reinforcements, if we are able.
Sanguinius watches over us.
So let's start pushing down here to help support our infantry.
Confirmed.
We also have to be mindful of the final unit, which is hiding somewhere here in the dark. Because it's probably going to be a pain to deal with. There we go. Lancing hit. Fantastic. And there's a ton of gargoyles as well. Lovely. Okay.
Inceptors waiting to launch.
Inceptors. Let's jump behind them then.
Forwards.
Let's jump behind them and we'll take care of them. Do a lot of damage. Let's have a look at the unit. We're standing in the light. Very nice. Chimera, Space Marines, jump packs. Looks like storm bolters, which are basically rapid-fire bolt pistols. Well, technically storm bolters are rapid-fire bolt guns. Let's land over here.
Leave nothing but stains beneath our feet.
They do a lot of damage. So how much? It's only piercing 2 though.
Heavy close support.
So we can't rely on them too much. Okay, so they're here. That's fine. Keep watching this direction in case anything turns up. Our land speeder got clipped, which is not great. I'm going to use the land speeders as basically a distraction. Because I have a bad feeling. Outside of range, that's fine.
The blood of Sanguinius flows in my veins.
So who are in risk of losing? You. Now you're up on your feet. I'm going to move you guys up here in case anything turns up to cover our push.
Overwatch. Hellblasters awaiting target. We can handle it.
Bring me your broken and your outworn, and I will repair them anew.
Yeah, you're hurt. You need to stay back.
We are the walls. We are the guns.
I'm going to put you guys here. Overwatch in case anything happens.
Tech Marine, standing by.
The sanguinary priesthood serves the will of the chapter.
We'll put everybody into Overwatch.
They will fear to tread close.
There's stuff coming from there. And a ton of units pouring out of the dark here. That's always nice to see.
Impedance acknowledged.
We won't get for our armor, which is not too bad.
Impedance acknowledged.
They do have warriors, though. At that range, we won't get a ton of damage off, unfortunately. Okay. And they seem to have some sort of synaptic beast with them.
Picked up movement on the Auspex.
No damage at all. I really think that the gargoyles are like overpowered in this game, because I do not remember them being this strong in the base game. In like the tabletop when I used to play Tyranids, they were nowhere near this strong. Okay, there comes the living artillery. Missed. Okay. That's a lot of pains. A lot of pains to deal with. You should be able to deal with it though. They're not that powerful. The warriors are going to be a pain though.
Frag bombardment commencing.
And we didn't do a ton of damage to them either. Okay.
We will fall upon them with righteous fury.
Try and kill them off. That's fine. That's when you're going to trigger your Overwatch. No. That's interesting. Okay. Let's get down here. I will say, I like the mission, I just don't like the RNG. Like, I have said it before, I think that they could have done this mission a lot better and without the effect of RNG having on it. But that's just me.
Ready to strike. With strength.
Let's get this up. Move down here and start taking pot shots at the big guy. You won't do a ton of damage, but you'll still be enough to just hopefully distract it. Okay. You need to get healed. Another turn of healing will probably be the best thing for you.
Understood.
Man, we've got a lot of rubbish stuff up here.
Sanguinius, watch over us. For the Imperium!
And the problem is I've got a lot of very squishy units. That's got cover, I know, but as I said, I'm not a fan of these guys. They just don't seem to have the punch that I remember plasma weapon units having in the base game. That might just be me. But that's just how I feel.
Victory for the Bloodblades! Victory for Skyfall!
Right. Let's do this.
My fury will be fast.
And we'll go down here and take care of these guys. I'm going to try and clear up this flank.
Your will be done. With certainty.
Hopefully we'll get our action back.
Our blood ignites!
Excellent. Because then we can shoot. One more will get us in range of the warriors. Which is what I want to do, because I want to basically then shoot them with our plasma pistols. And almost wipe them out.
My duty remains.
Okay, who else do we have left? Well, we got the healer unit moved up.
Need a scout?
You're poisoned, which is not great, but you'll survive. I can actually do stuff with them still. Let's push up with them. I would like to try and get rid of these guys.
Shoot it! Crush it! Either way, it dies by my hands!
Not enough. Oh well. And you guys miss everything. God, you suck. Okay.
On the move.
Take care of this one. With that done, I probably do need to actually pull you back towards the tech priest. Okay.
Precision, brothers.
Ooh. Big boy. 5 movement would actually put them in range of us, which I don't particularly want. Let's try and thin some of their ranks.
Battle line squad ready.
And we'll keep an eye on him. That's almost dead.
Engaging the enemy.
We'll start weakening the ones in the back as well. Really soften them up. And then we'll pull back as far as we can go. You're exposed, unfortunately.
Affirmative.
Do have an action surge, but there's nothing I can really use it on at the moment.
No machine spirit protects you, cursed abomination.
My will never tires.
Okay. Melee armor. Bonus HP. I'm going to pop the bonus HP because it will last 1 round. Do it to yourself. And then we'll charge you into melee next turn.
They will fear to tread close.
These guys are annoying. That's worrisome.
Push them back. Taking fire.
That's not great.
They challenge us from afar. They challenge us from afar.
Took out the warrior. Wiped out those ones they were trying to detach. The big guy here is the thing I'm really worried about. Because he can wipe out an entire unit if he gets within range. With that ability. I thought he had less range than that. Yeah, we got caught on the flank.
Under fire.
Right, took care of that. That thing's charging up really close. We need to get in range and deal with it now. Okay. First things first, you guys need to detach from the fight here because you're in a really bad place.
Affirmative.
You need to get down here.
We are the sons of Sanguinius.
You need to get out of dodge. That unit is pretty much completely decimated now.
Of course.
They're no use to anyone. Dreadnought needs to come around.
The blood is strong. Do not falter.
I mean, I might even still lose them if I'm not careful.
What needs fixing?
Heal that up. We'll give it some armor and give it some health. We'll give him some health. and you're going to charge in. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we wiped out the last one. Right, I'm going to put a cut in here, folks. If you've liked, please press the like button. If you're subscribed, please press the subscription button. It helps me a lot. And I see you all next time. Let's just move them up to there to tie that one up. Goodbye.